Listen, Alex Hormozi's success advice does a real disservice to the men who are listening, especially the men who are already hard on themselves, who already feel behind, like they're not doing enough, the men who are already stressed, anxious, irritable, overthinking, barely sleeping, and still telling themselves they just need a better system. Look, I respect what he and Layla Hormozi have built, but there's something about the way in which success gets talked about and gets pushed that has a dangerous blind spot. I'm Dr. Daley. I'm a board certified psychiatrist. I make videos for men who are tired of stress turning into anger, overthinking, or shut down. Subscribe for more videos like this and follow the link in my bio to work with me. Now, I was watching a clip of Alex Hormozi where he was talking about reaching the financial number he'd been aiming for. Now, from what I understood, he'd reached that number, and as a result, he was talking about paying more intentional attention to taking care of himself. Things like sleep, health, wellness. And I remember thinking to myself, well, that's really interesting and frustrating because so much of the content that gets pushed to ambitious men is about what you need to do to win. Work harder, post more, build better systems, stop making excuses, sacrifice, delay gratification, do the thing when you don't feel like it. And some of that's true. Success does require hard work, and discipline matters, consistency matters, and delayed gratification is often essential to success. But a lot of these messages leave out one of the most important parts of success, being well enough to actually enjoy the life you're building. Because what's the point of reaching your financial goal if you're too physically sick, too emotionally disconnected, too chronically stressed, or mentally exhausted to enjoy it? What's the point of building the business if your body is paying the bill the entire time? This is the part I think needs to be said more clearly that Alex Hormozi should shed real light on. Shed light on his processes for wellness as much as he shares about his systems for getting monetarily rich. Wellness isn't something you get to care about after you become successful. Wellness has to be part of the system that makes success sustainable. Being on all the time has a cost. Constant stress, not sleeping enough, constant decision making, being anxious every day, all day, they all have costs. Living like your financial future, your identity, your reputation, your worth are always on the line has a cost. For a while, you might not notice because you're still functioning pretty well. You're still working, producing, making money, checking all the boxes, you're showing up. So you tell yourself, you know what, I'm fine. I just need to push through. I just need to get to the next level, hit the number, then I'll rest, get some sleep, then I'll take care of myself. Hmm. Then I'll be present, I'll feel better. But the thing is, your body may not wait for your financial plan. Your relationships and your nervous system may not wait for your plan. Your mental health probably isn't going to wait for the day you decide you finally earned the right to take care of yourself. This is where hustle culture can be especially dangerous for men. Many men are already socialized to measure their value by what they can produce, provide, build, achieve, tolerate. So when a successful person says to you, directly or indirectly, I sacrificed everything until I got there, a lot of men hear that as an instruction. They hear, if I feel tired, I'm weak. If I need rest, I'm not serious. If I'm overwhelmed, I need better systems. If I'm anxious, I need to work harder. They hear if my relationships are suffering, that's just the price of ambition. If my body is breaking down, I can deal with that later. All of that, those things are in the blind spot because stress isn't just something you outwork, it's something your body experiences. When you're under pressure day after day, your body responds. Your sleep can suffer, so can your concentration. You can become more irritable, starts, and starts. Start start snapping at people you love. Shut down during conversations and become more controlling because it feels like too much to bear. The thought of being out of control. You can't rest. And over time, chronic stress becomes something that's more than just emotionally unpleasant. It will affect your physical health too. Now, this is a large part of why I get frustrated when success content treats wellness like a luxury item, like it's something you add on after you've made enough money. Sleep, exercise, emotional regulation, relationships, stress recovery, they're not optional. They've got to be part of the operating system. If your path to success requires you to abandon your body, ignore your emotions, neglect your relationships, and treat exhaustion as a proof of seriousness, then the system is broken, even before or while it's making money. I want you to ask yourself, not only what do I need to do to become successful, but also what is this version of success requiring me to sacrifice? And is that sacrifice temporary, intentional, and recoverable? Or is it slowly becoming my identity? There's a difference between an intense season and a life built on abandoning yourself and your needs. A difference between working hard and using work to avoid anxiety. A difference between discipline and ignoring your body. Between sacrifice and slowly losing access to yourself. A difference between being committed and being chronically dysregulated. If you don't know the difference, you may call it ambition when it could be fear. You might call it discipline when it's actually anxiety. You might call it focus when maybe it's avoidance. Sacrifice when it's actually self neglect. When the people closest to you start to experience you as absent, shut down, or impossible to reach, that might mean something. Now, Alex Hormozi is clearly not wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong about everything. A lot of men would benefit from more action. Some do need more discipline to stop waiting until they feel ready, to build skills, be able to tolerate discomfort, etc. What I'm saying is that action without self awareness can become dangerous. If the only question you ask yourself is, how do I do more? You might never ask, what is all of this doing to me? Or what condition will I be in when I get there? If you only think about how do I make more money, you might never ask, why do I feel unsafe even when I'm making progress? For a lot of high functioning men, that is a deeper issue. It's not just that you want to be successful, you also feel like you're not allowed to be okay until you are successful, whatever that means. Like being well has to be earned. But your body's not waiting until you get to your number before it starts keeping score. And your family's not going to wait before they feel your absence. So here's what I would tell the man who listens to Alex Hormozi or any success creator and leaves feeling like he's not doing enough. Yes, work hard, build, improve your skills, take action and responsibility. But don't build a life where the only proof that you're serious is how much of yourself you can ignore. Don't wait until your body forces you to pay attention, your relationship is in crisis, or shut down anxiety or irritability becomes normal. Don't tell yourself that taking care of yourself is something you can postpone until after you've reached success, whatever that means. So instead of asking, what do I need to do today to get closer to the goal? Also asked, what do I need to do today so I'm still healthy enough to enjoy the goal when I get there? That might mean protecting your sleep, learning how to regulate stress before it turns into anger, thinking about your relationships and how you can foster those, noticing when your work has become a way to avoid shame, fear, maybe helplessness. That might mean asking for help earlier than you would like to, or admitting sometimes that you're not okay. And if you're a man that feels like stress keeps turning into anger, overthinking, overworking, or you shutting down, I want you to start asking just one question. What feels at risk right now? My competence, security, my future, my relationship, my identity? Because once you better understand what feels threatened, you can make better decisions. Decisions that protect both your goal and your health. Reaching your number shouldn't require losing yourself along the way. And if the version of success you're chasing requires you to become too sick, too disconnected, or too exhausted, even too emotionally unavailable to enjoy it, then it's worth asking whether that's success or just survival, but with more money. If this resonated, please subscribe for more videos and leave me a comment. Oh, and also um, click the link in my bio to work with me.